Coming up in court today.
What do you figure? When you live with your stepmother, you can get away with things because your daddy's not there? Is that what you're figuring? Huh? Tell me the truth.
Hello?
You ain't got nothing to say, do you? You don't have anything.
In the court system, justice is not always just. That's why they bring their disputes here. Real people, real problems, real justice. Justice is eye for an eye.
The plaintiff is suing the defendant for primary custody of her 16-year-old son. The defendant, the boy's stepmother, claims their joint custody agreement should not be overruled.
I'm the plaintiff, and I'm here to get sole custody of my son, and I'm going to win this case today, and my son is going home with me today.
I'm here today to take my son back home with me. My husband left me in charge. He's in the military serving his country, and I'm here to serve notice that my son is going back home with me today.
All right!
Thank you. Marsha Roberts, you're suing Kay Campbell for primary custody of your son, John Campbell. Currently, y'all have joint custody, and you want primary custody, correct?
That's correct.
And you have joint custody currently. You're the stepmother, is that correct?
Correct.
All right. I understand what's going on. Tell me a little bit about it.
Right now, as you said, we have joint custody of my son, John.
That's him back there? How old is your son?
John is 16.
Okay.
And
tell me about the father. Who's the father?
my ex-husband, which is her husband now, Stephen, he is currently serving in the military, so he's away from home a lot.
Okay.
And
is that correct, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, so you're currently have joint custody, correct?
Yeah, right.
So basically, you're taking care of the child, and you're basically taking care of the child.
Right.
Yes, he's with me on weekends and holidays and summer.
Okay. And with you the rest of the time?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about the situation.
For the past 3 years, his attitude, his progress in school, everything has been declining. He's going toward the negative instead of the positive.
For example, give me some examples.
Okay, his schoolwork is declining. He's failing science. He's a very bright kid. He's never had problems in school before.
Right. What else is he failing?
Right now, that's the only thing that he's failing. He's barely getting by on his other subjects.
Right.
He's not attending school. He's cutting classes.
Cutting classes? What else?
The school called me a couple of weeks ago for a conference because he's having fights at school. He got suspended for being in a fight.
So he's cutting classes, failing science, getting in fights. What else?
Coming home past curfews.
What time's his curfew?
His curfew is at midnight on weekends because
is he doing the same thing to you?
I'm not even aware of any of this.
Okay, when he's with you, is he coming in past curfew?
No.
He's not?
No.
Okay, are you aware that he's failing school?
No, this is the first I'm hearing of it.
You didn't know he's failing school?
No.
Did you know he's getting in fights?
No.
Did you know he's cutting class?
No.
What's happening here? Is the principal just calling you?
No, the principal said that, you know, his stepmom was aware of all of these things.
Right.
And he was under the impression that I knew also. And so he was calling me in to see if, you know, we could maybe get together on what to do about the situation.
Right. Have you been trying to work with her on the situation?
Well, as I said, I've just found out about the situation.
Right.
The school told me, as far as the schoolwork, they told me that, you know, she already knew because, like I said, he was suspended.
But he's with you. What time's he getting in?
Normally, he gets in at 12 o'clock, but on one occasion, he came in like 2 a.m. in the morning. Okay. Because
And how often is he with you?
He's with me every other weekend.
And he's 16 years old?
Yes, he is.
All right. And, ma'am, are you having problems with him?
No. The problem is, Your Honor, she's blaming me for his failure, and I don't know anything about his failure.
You didn't know anything about his failure. Okay, let me get him up here. What's your name?
John Campbell.
Okay, come on in here. Get in there with your mother. Tell me what's going on. Are you failing science?
No.
You're not failing science, so you're just saying the teacher's lying?
Yeah,
Was it the teacher that told you or the principal, ma'am?
It's his science teacher.
Okay.
The principal was in on the conference also because of the cutting of the classes.
Okay, have you been cutting class?
No, sir. I haven't been cutting.
You haven't been cutting class?
No, sir. I go to school every day.
Every day?
Yes,
You've
sir.
been
Do you
getting
stay
fights?
at school?
Yes,
What'd you
yes,
say,
ma'am.
ma'am?
I asked him, did he stay at school when he goes to school?
Do you stay in school when you go?
Yes, sir.
You go inside the door?
Yes,
You staying there the whole time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you getting in fights?
No, I haven't gotten in any fight.
Who told you he's getting in fights?
The principal told me about the suspensions.
Okay, you got suspended, didn't you?
No, I mean, that's because the principal always picking on me.
Okay, now we know. So you admit you got suspended. You didn't know he got suspended?
No.
Where have you been?
What happens,
I mean,
Your
why do you
Honor?
have joint custody if you don't know anything? You don't
What
even know what
happens,
he's doing in
Your
school.
Honor, the child he is with me is not the child he is with her.
Well, I mean, I understand that you married into this situation and
Yes,
you didn't know
I
what
did.
you were getting into, and your
Yes, I
husband was
did.
supposed to have the joint custody, and you're just there by, you know, marriage. But still, I mean, it concerns me. You don't know anything going on with this
He
child.
doesn't, I don't have this type of behavior out of John.
You didn't even know he's being suspended.
No, because John
This is the first
leaves-
time you found out he got
yes,
suspended?
John leaves home
You don't tell
with
her
me.
anything? What do you
Don't
figure?
lie.
What do
Who
you figure when
signed
you
the
live?
note? He
What,
had-
what do you figure when you live with your stepmother? You can get away with things because your daddy's not there. Is that what you're figuring? Huh? Tell me the truth.
The
Hello?
school-
You ain't got nothing to say, do you? You don't have
school-
anything. Okay, now tell me some more things. Are you doing drugs?
No, I don't do any drugs.
You doing drugs?
Nah.
Are you what are you doing when you're staying out till 2 o'clock in the morning?
I just be out kicking with my homeboy.
His homeboy that he kicking it with is a 28-year-old named Derek. He rides
28-year-old.
around in the neighborhood with his music blaring, pants down to his knees, yo this, yo that.
A 28-year-old.
Hanging out.
You're gonna take him to the bathroom. You get his urine, okay? And we're gonna take a specimen, the urine sample, and I'll get the results right away on if he's on any drugs, okay? So you can take him to the bathroom right now.
All right.
The plaintiff is suing the defendant for primary custody of her 16-year-old son. The defendant, the boy's stepmother, claims their joint custody agreement should not be overruled.
All right, look at me. What is a 16-year-old doing hanging out with a 28-year-old? Huh? What is it?
I mean,
What do you got in common with a 28-year-old?
We just be kicking and rolling around.
I want to know too.
And let me tell you, smile, let me see your teeth. What you got up there? What is all that?
Poop.
What is that? Where'd you get the money for that?
Yeah, where did you get the money for that? What is that?
What are
He
you
doesn't
trying to
wear
be?
that in my house. He doesn't wear that in my house.
He don't wear it in your house?
No, he doesn't wear that in my house.
All right, so what you doing hanging out with the 20? Who is this man? He's a man, he ain't a boy. A 28-year-old's a
That's my
man. What are you
homeboy,
doing
D.
hanging around with the man?
I mean, he cool. That's my homeboy. I don't get to do nothing. Every time I'm at home, I gotta listen to either my mama going at me, you know, running her mouth.
What do you know about
or
this
my-
man, 28-year-old? Ma'am, what do you know about this 28-year-old? What does he do for a living?
Nothing.
Huh?
Just like he knows
He
nothing.
does nothing?
About it.
That's your hero?
He does nothing.
Some 28-year-old man that's doing nothing? That's who you want to look up to?
I mean, he
That's your
cool.
idol?
He there more than my dad is.
Well, your daddy's out working. He's out serving our country. He's out defending our country.
Your dad is doing the best he can for you. You
He's
don't
trying
miss
to make a living.
anything.
He ain't never been there for me.
How did you get those clothes that you wearing? Did
Who pays
Derek
for
get
your
those?
schooling?
Right. Good point, good point. When does the change started?
It started probably about 2.5 years ago.
Two and a half
know.
years. When has it gotten to the worse? When has it gotten?
This last year. It has escalated.
Have you seen a change in him at all?
The change that he has is a sneaky change. He's one person with me, and he's another person with his mom. I don't know Derek. I've never seen him. There's stuff in his mouth. He keeps it in his pocket or in his shoes or wherever. His father's in the military, and he's not here in the States.
Okay, so you don't really know what he's doing when he's out.
Right, exactly.
You don't know what's going on?
No, I don't know any of
You
that.
don't even know he's going out with this 28-year-old man?
No, this is all
How often
new.
are you hanging around with this man?
I mean, we just chill on weekends.
And what did the two of you do?
I mean, just kick it right around. I mean, they won't let me drive their car.
You don't
Do
have
you
a
have a
license.
What in the world do you have in common with a 28-year-old man to be
I
chilling
mean,
with? You're
'cause,
16
I mean,
years
you can
old.
just- I
How come
mean-
you're not hanging around with the other 16-year-olds? Playing
Yeah.
baseball,
Yeah.
playing
I
football.
don't want to play baseball.
You don't want to play any sports. So you're just hanging around with this man.
You
I
want
don't
to
know-
fight, though?
Let me ask you something. You and the man doing drugs together?
Nah, I don't do any drugs.
You're not doing drugs?
Nah, I don't even touch drugs.
Then how come? Then why have you changed your personality? Then they're saying that you've changed.
I'm almost grown.
Almost.
You know what? Grown people don't live at home.
Thank you. Grown people have a job. Something that you don't have.
If you're grown, how come you ain't making your own living?
What?
Huh? If you're grown, how come you're not supporting yourself?
I will if they stay off my back.
Let me tell you something. You're right here.
Steph coming in the
You're
house at
16 years old. You got the world ahead of you. You can go one path right now, or you can go the other. And I'm scared you're going the wrong path. I'm scared of that right now. But I need to find out for sure what's going on. I need to find out. So, Big Sugar Ray, while I'm talking to his mom, I want you to take this. I got this drug test.
You need to take one of those.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to take him to the bathroom. You get his urine, okay? And we're going to take a specimen, the urine sample, and I'll get the results right away on if he's on any drugs, okay? So you can take him to the bathroom right now.
Right.
What other things is he buying that you don't know where he got the money from?
He comes in with expensive tennis shoes. He said he saved his allowance. But
How much allowance is he getting?
He gets $20 a week.
$20 a week, and he's
He had a
buying
$150 pair of tennis shoes on.
Yeah.
And what other things have you saw him buy? Have you ever seen him with large amounts of cash?
I haven't seen him with large amounts of cash, Judge, but one weekend he was supposed to be at my house. He was supposed to be in by 12 midnight.
Right.
And he called me and said that Kay was going to bring him home because he was at a party.
Who's Kay?
This is
Oh,
Kay.
okay, gotcha.
Kay was gonna bring him to my house at 2 a.m. because the party went over, and she said it was okay for him to stay out at this party until 2 a.m.
Oh, he's using one against the other.
Right,
Has he
right,
been using
right.
her against you, too?
Yes.
What has he
yes.
said?
Well, he just makes up, like, he'll say that his mom is going to pick him up from school. And he doesn't come home until 8:30, 9 o'clock, and he's with me during the week. So when he comes in, he goes directly to his room, and the door is locked, and the music is going, and I'm banging on the door, myself and my daughter, because my daughter, you know, she's 6 years old, she loves him, and I can't get entrance in. He'll come out, and I'll ask him, I said, John, what's going on with you? And he'll go, nothing. I go, where's your homework? He goes to get homework, but it never has his name on it. Okay.
Oh, so he's got other people's homework?
Right, other people doing his homework.
And were you picking him up from school, or was he playing her too?
No, I did not pick him up from school because
You're kidding.
What he told
And you didn't know that either?
No.
Maybe the two of y'all need to talk. 'Cause we need to find out what's going on with this boy. So we've taken his urine, so we'll find out if he is on drugs or not. I mean, we have a 16-year-old boy that we've got to consider. Yeah, Big Sugar Ray?
Yes, sir. He took the test. We sent him to the lab.
Okay, well, come on, bring him in. Bring him on in.
Come on.
Come on in here. All right, Big Sugar Ray's taking your urine sample, right? Come on in here. Get in here with your mom.
Come on.
Son, I'm going to find out your results. They're going to be ready for me in a little bit. You better not have lied to me. Did you lie to me? Are you on drugs?
No, sir.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll find out the results, and I'll be back in a sec with my decision, okay?
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yes, this is to the stepmother. You said that you wasn't aware that he was failing. You know, the district that I know of, they do send out progress reports.
Man. As I stated before, my son John gets the mail, he gets the phone calls. After he went through his little rigmarole and I was not contacted, they contacted Marsha, and that's why we're here today. She's bringing me up to speed about his behavior, his actions, and his attitude.
And about those progress reports, I saw a couple of them. He had changed them. The actual progress reports that I saw at the school, at the meeting, were totally different from the ones he had.
We tested you for methamphetamines, which came back positive. And we tested you for heroin, which came back positive. And you even had alcohol in your system. Son, I'm going to find out your results. They're going to be ready for me in a little bit. You better not have lied to me. Did you lie to me? Are you on drugs?
No, sir.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll find out the results, and I'll be back in a sec with my decision, okay?
All rise.
All right, Mr. Campbell, I got your drug test results. We first tested you for barbiturates, LSD, PCP, opiates, and ecstasy, and your results were negative, which means you did not have drugs in your system.
See?
Okay?
That's not all drugs.
I told you.
But we also tested you for marijuana, which came back positive.
But
We tested you for cocaine, which came back positive. We tested you for amphetamines, which came back positive. We tested you for methamphetamines, which came back positive. And we tested you for heroin, which came back positive. And you even had alcohol in your system.
that's why you're grown, right? That's
All right,
why you're
Mr.
grown.
Smarty Pants, Mr. Big Man on campus. First of all, Big Sheree, let's get him doing some push-ups while I talk to the mothers real fast. Get down here. You're going to learn what it's like to bathe now. Get down here.
Come on, cutie pie.
Mr. Big Man on campus.
Almost grown.
You think you're so grown up, don't you? 16, you know everything, don't you? You know everything. Big Sugar Ray, have him doing push-up right in front of his mother's thing. Start doing some push-ups.
Come on right here.
Go ahead. Start the push-ups. Go ahead. All right. Now, ma'am, this is the way I look at this. First of all
the way. Let's go.
I think you came to me to decide who should get custody. First of all, it concerns me you didn't know about the cut in school, the suspensions, that this is the woman that has pursued it, that she has gone out of the way. But that doesn't necessarily mean this is an easy road, ma'am. You got a boy that's got trouble. But I am going to switch the primary custody to her at this point, okay? And you get the...
I'm tired, man.
And you're gonna have what she had on the visitation, okay? Every other weekend. But the two of you are gonna have to talk, okay? The two of you are gonna have to talk to make sure that you can get this boy on the right path because you got a boy that is on a destructive path. Now stand up, Mr. Campbell. Get him to stand up. Stand up right there. Stand up right there. You think you're smart, huh? You think you're grown up. Think you're a big man, don't you? 16 years old, know it all, don't you? You feel like you know it all?
I do.
You feel like you know it all, don't you?
I do.
Hanging around with 28-year-olds, you know what the world's about, don't you? Is that what you're thinking?
I do.
You do. And you're taking all this drugs, right? Do you know where your path's taking you? It's taking you straight to the grave. That's where it's taking you. If you stay on this path, I guarantee you won't live past the age of 21. You're gonna be dead. You're gonna be dead. With that type of drugs, you're gonna be dead. And if you're hanging around 28-year-olds, that's the paths you're going to take. But how am I going to convince you? You're going to leave this courtroom? I know you're going to say, oh, that judge is crazy. That Extreme Akim, he's just a crazy judge. I fooled him. I fooled everybody. Well, the cat's out of the bag now. Everybody knows you're on drugs. Really? Everybody does.
That's not accurate.
Your mama knows it's accurate. It's 100% accurate. Both mamas knows, your daddy's gonna know, you make sure his father knows.
Yes, I will.
And everybody, and you keep in touch with me. I'm gonna give both of you my phone number. You keep in touch with me and I'll take care of him if he doesn't do what you say. But Big Sugar Ray, we gotta teach him a lesson. We gotta teach the big man a lesson, where he's going. I'm gonna show you your future. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you your future.
Before it's too late.
So Big Sugar Ray, go get that shovel right there. Go get that shovel.
Oh, here you go. There you go.
Campbell, this is your future. Big Sugar Ray, I want you to show it to him. You're gonna go right outside and you're gonna dig your own grave.
What? Yeah. That's what you're digging right now, your own grave. Yeah. Digging your own grave.
And you're gonna get in your own grave and you're gonna see what your future is because you won't live past the age of 21 on the path you're going on. You take him outside Big Sugar Ray and show him his future. Tell him what his life's gonna be if he keeps on that path.
Keep it down.
You take him right out there and make him dig his own grave.
Judge is trying to give you a chance to give you some reality to wake up. Well, hopefully you'll learn a great lesson behind this. Ain't nothing but a lot of younger generation digging their own grave. You digging your own grave. The judge is trying to say that Extreme Akim cares something about you. The judge, that's why he sends you to dig your own grave, to show you about bad behavior with your parents, lying to your parents about schoolwork, then hiding from suspension and everything. He's just trying to give you a better path. You look like you're a great young man, but you just need a chance sometime. So hopefully the judge taught you a valuable lesson.
Today's case shows how hard it is to raise a teenage child. The case today showed that you are legally responsible for that child until the child turns 18. So you want to make sure that you are part of their everyday lives. If you suspect them of drug use, go to the drugstore and get a drug test. So if you have a child that's unruly, don't get revenge, bring them to my court.